Assalamualaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion, I will present the result of my essay in PPT from the title Conditions of Economic Growth in Indonesia in the Pandemic Era. Please listen to the end. Dosen Pengampu Uliati Retnosari, SSM Home. The economy is an important sector in a country. The economy is also a real proof to be used as a benchmark for whether this country is advanced. Economic income figures have a big impact on the progress of a country. Income figures also have a big influence on the situation of a country's national development. The World Health Organization WHO explained that coronaviruses, COVID, are viruses that infected the respiratory system. This viral infection is called COVID-19. The coronavirus causes the common cold to more severe diseases such as middle east respiratory syndrome, MERS-CoV, and severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS-CoV. This coronavirus has a bad impact on the economy in parts of the world, especially Indonesia, whether it's in terms of trade, investment, culinary, and tourism. Another consequence of the emergence of this coronavirus is the increasing unemployment rate in Indonesia due to the cessation of production activities due to reduced demand, which can stimulate production. Economic growth can be defined as the development of activities in the economy that causes the goods and services produced in society to increase. Macroeconomic problem can be seen as macroeconomic problem in the long term, Sadono 2008. Like inflation, economic growth also has factors that affect economic growth itself. The first factor is natural resource, SDA, for economic growth. The availability of abundant natural resource is very good in supporting development. If human resources are an important element for economic growth because they are individuals who play a productive role as a driver in an organization, both companies and institutions. And the last is capital accumulation. The link between capital accumulation and economic growth itself in aggregate can measure capital accumulation from numbers gross capital formation, gross investment, minus depreciation, both of which are within the scope of the gross domestic product, GDP. Component quote from the journal. In view of this, the government took quick steps by preparing 5 steps so that the national economic return to positive. First, doing massive spending to reduce the economic contraction due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This step was chosen because during the crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic, government spending was recognized as an instrument of leveraging economic recovery. In addition, the private sector and MSMEs must be restored with a stimulus. Through massive spending, domestic demand has increased and the business world has been moved to invest, said Coordinating Minister for the Economy Airlangga Hartanto. Second, the government formed a committee for the handling of COVID-19 and the national economy recovery. Third, the government provides low interest credit assistance and prepare various programs so that MSMEs can revive. One of them is the restructuring policy and credit interest subsidies. Fourth, the government placed funds in banks to turn the wealth of economy. The placements that have been made are 30 trillion in the Association of State-Owned Banks and 11.5 trillion in regional development banks. Thanks to this step, bank lending began to improve. 5. The government guarantees working capital loans for corporations. Banks have signed guaranteed agreements, especially for the labor-intensive sector. Based on a brief explanation of the material above, it can be concluded that with the emergence of the coronavirus, it has hampered many sectors, especially in the Indonesia economic sector. As a result of this pandemic, the Indonesia economy has weakened and fallen sharply in a distant direction. Unemployment is also one of the factors of caused the weakening of the economy in Indonesia. Because of this weakening economic growth, it encouraged the Indonesia government to take and implement policies that are considered capable of improving Indonesia's economic growth. This is the conclusion for my essay in PPT. This is the end. Thank you for listening my presentation in this time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.